On September 7th, 2008, the Colts played their first game at their new state-of-the-art facility, the spectacular Lucas Oil Stadium, where every single seat gives the fans a great view. Drop at the 25. They'll start this drive at the 25. Gets the ball away. Is there for the catch. Marlon Jackson is there on the tackle.
I know we all talk about 40-yard dash times in the NFL, but as a receiver, if you are a great route runner and you understand what the defenses are trying to do to you, it doesn't matter if you run a 4.3 40. If you can get in and out of your cuts like this guy, you will always be able to play. I don't care who you're talking about. That was a tough catch for anybody in this league.
He throws right. Kelvin Hayden was there to bring him down.
The Colts came onto the field with a ton of energy that time. They controlled the line of scrimmage and didn't allow that extra yardage.
Hey man, let's play our game.
He gets out to about the 42-yard line. The offense will start at the 42. Manning hands it off. He breaks the tackle. Cortland Finnegan makes the tackle. They get 2 yards.
And Tom, that was because the defense filled up all the gaps. The back was looking for somewhere to run, but by bringing the run blitz, they took away all the holes and stopped them for a minimal gain. As a quarterback, you really want to make that pre-snap read, and it's kind of hard to not see the middle linebacker. He came on the blitz that time, and sometimes you just need to get out of a play like that.
Passes it. Pass is complete. The stop was made by Fagan.
Patience for a wide receiver is just so key. He's able to manipulate that defense, set them up one play, come back with the exact same look, and break off of it the next. Beautifully run.
Moves to his right. Finnegan intercepts it. He's in. Touchdown.
Not only was that a tremendous interception, but when he got the ball in his hand, he looked like he knew what to do with it. What a run.
Baronis adds the extra point. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. He'll down it in the end zone.
Their last series was a downer, but this is a chance now to come back out and prove that you're not going to dwell on that. Just pick up a couple of first downs, and the last thing in the world they need right now, though, is a 3 and out.
Short throw to the right. Tackle was made by Vincent Fuller.
Yeah, the defense came with pressure, but they couldn't quite get to the quarterback, and they paid a price. He got it out of there, picked up a nice game.
On the ground with a tailback. The stop was made by Kyle Vandenberg. A dive gets 3 yards on the play. Short pass to his left. Keith Bullock was there to bring him down.
I tell you, as a defense, you don't mind giving up a little dinky throw like that to the tight end. That's good defense.
Throws it short. Brings it in. Vincent Fuller makes the tackle.
Nice stop by the defense on that third down pass, and that's exactly what you want to do. Keep the play in front of you, come up, make the tackle, no first down.
He fields it at the 17. Hit and dropped at the 19. The Titans will begin this drive at the 19. Here's the throw. Comes down with it. And he is able to hold on to it.
It really is so much the key to football. You talk all the time about you have to establish the run. Well, there you see why. You establish the run, and then you come with the play-action pass. Just so hard to defend.
There for the catch. Stays on his feet.
Good-looking screen pass that time. It could have gone for a little extra if they'd gotten one more block. That was close.
They go with the run. The stop was made by Sanders.
You know, not only the top-end speed, which is so impressive, but speed in and out of his cuts. That's the difference in a great running back. Anytime you can see a guy maintain that speed out of his cuts, that's a guy that has superstar ability. The Titans are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their third first down.
Here's the halfback. He's knocked out at the 7. That was a good job to get away from the defender in the backfield.
And what a difference that one missed tackle made. If they make the tackle in the backfield, you end up with a loss. Your defense is jumping around. Everybody's excited. Instead, you miss it, and you give up a big play.
A pickup of about 3.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
Dropped behind the line.
And it looked like this defensive line just beat him off the snap. Sometimes those guys can time out the quarterback's cadence. And if the quarterback doesn't start changing that snap count, his offensive line is going to really struggle. Well, if you're going to make a living in this league as a running back, you're going to have to make somebody miss at some point, and that was a big somebody in the backfield that time, able to escape and stuck it in for the touchdown.
Rob Baronis adds the extra point. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. Still on his feet.
This offense really needs to get something going in this series. A game like this can quickly get out of hand, and before you know it, you have to get away from that game plan and start taking more chances.
And deep. Puts it up there.
Well, this is a guy who's known for taking some risks, but that was an unnecessary risk there. Lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Hands it off. The tackle was made by Griffin. They get 6 there, and that makes it 3rd down. As the receiver screen set up. The stop was made by Hope.
As a wide receiver, you really like this play. It gives you a chance to get the ball in your hands in the open field, a couple of blockers in front. That was well executed.
Here's the give. And he makes it out to about the 41-yard line. Hope was there to bring him down. Throws it out. There for the reception.
So much of the game today revolves around those substitution packages, trying to bring extra defensive backs on the field to try and help against the pass. But when you have a big receiving tight end, that really makes that plan awfully tough to execute. The defense did a nice job there jamming the running back, bringing the outside linebacker on a blitz Sometimes those outside backers a little more athletic and can really help stop the run.
Passes on the move. Tackle was made by Harper. Anthony Gonzalez makes his third catch of the game. Dumps it out left.
The Colts are having some success getting the ball down the field on this drive. This offense is clicking.
Gets the pass off, and it's knocked down. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. On the ground with a tailback. He fights forward to about the 29. Javon Hay was there to bring him down. Dumps it out right. Cortland Finnegan makes the tackle.
Nice play that time. The defense came with a blitz there. He made a good read, delivered a nice ball in there to the open man.
Hands it off. Brown gets about 4 yards on the play. This is the 13th play of this drive. He'll get the call again. The stop was made by Vandenbach. Brown picks up about 4 yards on the play. Short throw to the right. Vincent Fuller makes the tackle.
You know, it really wasn't a horrible call that time by the defense, but anytime you have to try and stop an offense like this in those medium yardage situations, you really have to come up in the coverage.
And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. Second down coming up. Now we'll see who can get the bigger push. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Peyton Manning really fooled the defense. That was Oscar-worthy that time. He had the defense biting all over the run and then just dumped it in over the top.
Vinatieri puts it through, and it's a 7-point game. Here's your Sprint Drive Summary. He'll return it from the 3. He stopped at the 24-yard line. The Titans got the ball into the end zone on their last possession. Short pass to his left. It's incomplete.
Yeah, he put a little too much on that pass and forced the receiver to make the catch out of bounds.
Throws it. Jennings gets the pick. Justin Gage was there to bring him down.
You know, this DB is one of those guys that every time I watch him on tape, I'm always surprised he doesn't have more interceptions because he's so quick with his feet and gets in great position.
Here's the give. And he makes it out to about the 31-yard line before he's dropped by a host of tacklers. is going to be tackled for a loss.
Well, those defenders get paid too, and every once in a while they win the battle. Clearly that time they were all over this offensive line.
He rolls right. And he caught it. It looks like he was able to bring it down inbounds. They'll discuss it.
Boy, I wasn't too sure about that one, but the officials got together and came to the conclusion that, yes, that was a good catch.
That was a great kick from that distance.
It really was, wasn't it? There are no field goal kicker jokes going on the sideline right now, just a lot of love.
Knocked out of bounds at the 29-yard line. The Titans want to get better results from this series. Their last one ended with a turnover. It's the tailback. Gains his way to the 43-yard line. Antoine Bethea makes the tackle. Still going. The stop was made by Aquo. A pickup of about 3, and that will bring up second down. They hand it off again. Tackle was made by Dwight Freeney. Johnson gains about 2 yards on the run. Gets the pass away.
It's one of the dangers. You bring those extra defenders trying to get after the quarterback, and you're going to leave some man coverage on the outside. That time the quarterback able to take advantage.
Brock was there on the tackle.
Well, that was the perfect time for them to call a blitz. They got in there, filled up all the gaps, brought down the running back for a short gain.
He didn't get back to the line.
And when the defense gets that kind of penetration, it just disrupts everything for an offense. They have to get that guy blocked.
The pass is away. Falls incomplete.
You bring a little pressure, and it impacts quarterbacks, and we saw it there.
He's got it. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. He really came through on that long-distance attempt.
You don't make a kick like that without a perfect hold and a perfect snap. But let's give this kicker some credit. That was an extraordinary effort.
He's tackled at the 31. The Colts take the field, looking to put together a scoring drive. They came away with 3 the last time out. He throws right, and it's completed. Cortland Finnegan was there to bring him down. Wayne makes it 5 catches for the game. Gets the pass out. He goes up high for the catch. Tackle was made by Cortland Finnegan. Wayne with his 6th reception. Short throw. He's there for the catch.
Nice play there. It's only 7 yards, but that's the kind of underneath throw that eventually opens up some throws down the field.
A dive on the handoff. The stop was made by Ford.
And that's why you send all those guys to plug up the holes, and that time there were no holes, really, and he was lucky to get anything on the play.
Passes it out. tackle was made by Harper.
The Colts are getting on a bit of a roll here. Nice play calling and good execution. The defense looks a little confused right now.
Still a lot of time left, but at the end of one, the score is 17-10. Titans. Passes. Finnegan picks it off.
Well, we're going to have to quit using that old cliche about cornerbacks and defensive backs not being able to catch the football. That was some play that time.
Here's the give. The stop was made by Foster. Johnson picks up 2 yards with the carry. They're going to pitch it. Brackett was there on the tackle. Johnson gets 7 yards on the play. Hands it off. The stop was made by Antoine Bethea.
The one thing you know as a running back, as long as they keep moving the sticks, they're going to keep giving you the ball. Picked up the first down, did his job.
They keep it on the ground with the tailback. He fights forward to about the 20 before several defenders bring him down. Throws the deep pass. And now the offense will be faced with a 3rd down situation.
Please contact your closest guest service ambassador, usher, or security person.
Here's the pass. Batted away. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up 4th down.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over them.
This one's going to go out of bounds at the 42. The Colts suffered an interception on their last possession. Throws it. Is there for the catch. The tackle was made by Harper. Anthony Gonzalez has shown extraordinary skills at the wide receiver position this season. That catch will put him over the 1,500-yard mark. Gets the pass away. Touchdown, Colts. The Colts quickly take advantage of their excellent field position.
Peyton Manning is one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and there's really no debate about that. He can change the outcome of the game, and he's such a strong leader, just a fantastic player and fun to watch.
He's tackled at the 28-yard line. They couldn't do anything against this defense on their last drive, and they were forced to punt. They'll give it off here. Gains his way to the 36-yard line before he's gang tackled. Gives it off. Brackett hits him for a loss at the 36-yard line.
And when your defensive line can handle their guys up front and not allow the offensive linemen to get down on the linebackers, it really gives those linebackers a chance to look great.
Collins gives it up the middle. I'm not sure he would have had that if it wasn't for that extra effort.
Yeah, a little guts, a little determination on that one. Those are the type of conversions you have to make if you're going to win football games.
It's the tailback. He fights forward to about the 40.
Foster is there on the tackle.
Passes the ball. Pass is complete. You know, it's really easy to overlook those big guys in the line, but they did a good job picking up the blitz there.
Yeah, there's no better feeling than when you're coming off the ball and you know it's just you and the guy across from you. That's just good old-fashioned football, but you also know typically when you get man coverage, your quarterback is under pressure. Well, when you have a talented running back like this, you always have to account for him. That time, a nice play-action pass opened it up down the field.
They go with the run. Stiff arms, and the defender still makes the tackle. A 5-yard gain. That brings up second down. Makes the short throw.
The time I think the pressure got to him there, he just got uncomfortable in the pocket and missed that one.
Here's the halfback. Breaks a tackle.
Looked like one of those old-fashioned rugby scrums there. A lot of big bodies piled together and nowhere for the running back to go.
He missed it. They'll set up shop at the 23. First down, 10 to go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's stop and run it.
He throws short. Second down for the offense after that incomplete pass. Gets the ball away. Wayne drops it. Hope gets his hand on it and scoops it up.
Wide receivers are pretty good at catching the football. They're not always good at running with the football. It takes a lot of strength to hold on to that ball, and he gave it up.
Passes it. Brings it in. Tackle was made by Bob Sanders. It's first and 10. Ball on the 28. Passes to his left. Hall picks up 7 yards with that catch. They'll need about 3 yards here on second down. Dumps it out left. Comes down with it. It's going to be first and goal Titans.
Kerry Collins sure is looking confident throwing the football right now, and that's good to see because if he struggles, typically it's with his accuracy.
They hand it off. They can't bring him down.
What a run that was. He was trapped behind the line of scrimmage. It looked like he was going to go down for a big loss. Instead, he breaks the tackle and runs it in for the touchdown.
Rob Baronis is good on the point after. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. Still working. Brought down at the 30. They'll go to work at the 30. It's first and 10. Here's the throw. And it's tipped away. Portland Finnegan had the coverage on the play.
We got to make some plays.
Give to the tailback. Keith Bullock makes his 5th stop of the game on that play. Throws it out. Nearly picked off. He should have had that one. Anthony Gonzalez was the intended receiver.
Well, you have to admire his courage. He's not afraid to make any throw, anytime, anywhere, but he's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Hawkins takes it at the 25.
Brings this one back to the 37-yard line. The Titans will look to build momentum by getting another touchdown on this series.
Johnson gets the call. Still moving. Antoine Bethea is there on the tackle.
There's been plenty of shoddy tackling out here so far in this one, and that one really kills me because, you know, this is a game that since Pop Warner, you've been taught how to tackle. And how is it that a guy can make it to the professional level and not know how to tackle? And if he can get just a little bit more time, there are guys running open down the field. The pressure is getting close, but it's not there. He should take a fraction longer to make that throw.
Gets the pass off. The stop was made by Antoine Bethea. Justin Gage has emerged as one of the top receiving options in the NFL this year. Time after time making the clutch reception on his way to 1,000 yards receiving. They're going to pitch it. He's still going. They push him out of bounds, and now they have first and goal.
The Titans get another big gain there. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with what they're doing right now in the running game.
Sacked! And that quarterback takedown will give him 5 sacks this year. And they're coming after him. Collins will be dropped in the backfield. Robertson now has 5 sacks this season. Throws it. Gage has it go right through his hand.
On the pass attempt. Gage, the intended receiver on the play.
4th down. This field goal attempt will be about a 33-yarder. And it's good.
Here's your sprint drive summary.
So that will make the score the Titans 27, the Indianapolis Colts 17. Hit and dropped at the 27.
The offense really needs to get something going on this series. Maybe even just a field goal on the board is enough to get them jump-started.
Manning gives it left. Looked like someone got caught holding. Here's the official call.
Repeat, first down.
First and long now after the penalty. Moves up. Sees a man. Goes deep.
Under pressure, he felt the heat that time and was forced to throw it away quickly.
Gets the pass away. He leaps. It's caught.
And when you're trying to catch those high, hard ones, you just don't know what's going to happen to your body. I tell you, you haven't lived until you caught one of those and had one of those clowns flip you upside down.
They give it to the tailback. Ford was there to bring him down. A dive gains around 6 yards on the run. Again with the run. Sheds one tackler. Taken back 3 yards.
That looked painful on that one. And we're talking about the lost art of tackling. Not only was it a big hit, but it was a disciplined hit. Good wrap up, out of a way to take him to the ground. Perfect.
Gonzalez has been a very effective weapon in the passing game today. That last catch puts him above 100 yards.
So let's go.
Brown gets it on the inside.
Steps up in the pocket. Short pass to his left. Kyle Vandenbosch is there on the tackle. Anthony Gonzalez with catch number 9. The pass is away. Garcon makes his 3rd grab. Gets the pass out. There for the catch.
Peyton Manning is just such an accurate passer. It is so difficult to play man coverage against him because he can get it into very tiny little holes.
Vinatieri tacks on the extra point.
Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. Makes it to the 22.
The Titans were having their way with this defense last time out, but were held to just 3 points. They'll look to top that here.
That's a loss of 4 yards.
Well, that gets a little embarrassing. Anytime you spend all week working on a play and it comes out like that, give the defense a little credit, but that was bad.
Here's the give.
Akwo makes the tackle.
From their own 35-yard line. Throws it short. It's incomplete.
Washington was the intended receiver on the play.
He fights forward to about the 36.
Brackett was there on the tackle.
Passes it out. Jennings has it. He's into the open. To the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Tom, I think he got baited into that throw. He thought the defensive back was going elsewhere. He did a little fake, came back in, made the pick. Just a real heads-up play.
Indianapolis is up by 4. Flag on the play. And that flag was thrown in the area of holding.
Holding by the receiving team. First down.
The offense will take over at the 18-yard line. Short throw to the left. He's tackled at the 18-yard line by Jennings. Not much on that play. Passes. Not a smart move by the defender. Looked like he might have just been flagged for interference.
1st and 10. Ball on the 27. Here's the pass. Can't hang on.
Pass incomplete.
Justin Gage is rocked, and it causes an incompletion.
And that was a good shot. As a receiver, you've got to know you're going to take some hits. You just have to hold on to that ball.
Throws it short. Has it on the sideline, but was he in bounds? The officials will huddle. Yes, he did make the catch.
About as close as you can get right there. A shoelace, maybe just one cleat down. That's all it takes in this game. The Titans are pushing guys around pretty easily right now. When you can put up this kind of per carry average, you definitely have the upper hand.
Throws it. Knocks it away. Gary Brackett was defending on the play. They'll face 2nd down and 10. Dumps it out right.
Anytime you give up that quick pressure like that, very seldom are those passes completed.
They might have mistimed the snap on that one.
False start.
The penalty pushes them back even further, making it a 3rd and 15. Rolling right. Gets the pass away.
Well, let's face it, there really aren't too many plays in the playbook that would have gained enough for the first down there, so they just took what they could get.
And they'll down it at the 2-yard line. Manning and company will have to start this drive inside their own 5-yard line. Manning with the give. And the offense gives up the safety.
I can't believe they just let that happen. How do you give up a safety in that situation? Unbelievable.
Still moving. Running through tacklers. That return will set the offense up nicely.
They did an outstanding job blocking for the returner, and he repaid their efforts with a huge gain.
Johnson gets the handoff to the right. Johnson gains about a yard on the play. And the bomb is away. No completion.
Kerry Collins let that one get away. He has a great arm, but sometimes he'll still miss those deep balls.
Passes the ball. Almost picked. Gage was his intended target. They call on the field goal unit. This will be a 55-yard attempt. And it's good. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. At the 30, he's tackled at the 36-yard line. Their last possession came to an abrupt halt as they gave up the safety and 2 points. Let's see if they can put together a more effective drive on this possession. Short throw to the right. Has it on the sideline, but was he in bounds? The officials will huddle. The ruling is incomplete.
Well, let's give him some credit for making a great effort, but just unable to pull that one in.
Throws it short. There for the reception. The stop was made by Fagan.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. First down.
They line up at the 41.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Everybody make plays. Let's do this.
He throws right. Pollock makes the tackle. The Colts just took their first time out. A dive outside. And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line before he's wrestled to the ground. Steps up in the pocket. Gets the ball away. Thornton had the coverage on the play.
Third down.
They line up at the 27. Moves forward. Passes it. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick. Keith Bullock was defending on the play.
Whoa, that was really lucky that one wasn't picked out. Not a good decision at all there.
And it's good. Here's your sprint drive summary. And he put that one through nicely.
It's a pretty rare kicker that can kick a ball that far with that kind of accuracy. That was just a cannon shot.
Hawkins fields it at the 26. The stop was made by Hagler. Let's send you to the studio for this brief halftime break.
Welcome to the halftime show. Let's get you caught up on what's happening around the league.
Check out the scores from around the league. Here's a look at the first half stats. The first half was fairly balanced when it came to the number of plays run. Anthony Gonzalez has over 100 yards receiving. Indianapolis leads it by 2. Top plays from the first half, here you go.
The second half is about to begin. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Welcome back to Lucas Oil Stadium. This one's going to be downed in the end zone for a touchback. The Colts will set up shop at the 20-yard line. He rolls out to the right. He's going for it all. And he brings in the high pass. Clark is able to make his 4th reception. They'll give it off here. Hayes is there on the tackle.
About 4 yards on that play. That'll bring up second down. Here's the halfback. Tackle was made by Tulloch. A dive gets 3 yards on the carry.
Boy, he just took a shot on that one. As a running back, the last thing in the world you want is a short gain and a big hit.
Hands it to the back. Did he get there? We'll have a measurement. Yes, he got there.
Yeah, it's almost like he knew exactly where that first down marker was and just got enough for the first down.
Gives it off. The stop was made by Brown.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
Short throw to the left. Tackle was made by Fuller. Dallas Clark makes it 5 catches for the game. The offense will line it up at the 6. He'll get it again.
4-yard gain for a first down there. It's nice when you don't always have to throw the ball in that situation.
Feeds it to the back. Thornton will tackle him for a loss at the 4.
And so many times you hear offensive coordinators criticized because they don't try to run the football enough. Well, when you get stuffed in the backfield like that, you understand why they would rather call the pass play.
This is the 10th play of the drive. His 10th touchdown this season.
Give credit to his offensive line, to his lead fullback, and maybe most importantly, this offensive coordinator, who we know is dedicated to staying with the run and playing a physical style of game.
He's tackled at the 25. The offense will take over at the 25. Here's the throw. Makes the catch. At the 40. Sanders was there to bring him down. What's been the secret to his success, Chris?
You know, I think it's just a work ethic. This is a guy that never gives up on a route. He never thinks he's the backside receiver. He never stops running on a play. He's constantly working. So when the quarterback gets in trouble, this is where he looks.
Gary Brackett is playing with some intensity out there. He's been in on 5 tackles so far. Johnson picks up 5 yards with the carry. 3rd down now. They'll need a couple of yards to convert for a first down. Throws it out. And the pass falls incomplete.
And it just goes to show that arm strength isn't everything. Accuracy and touch is something that is so important for a quarterback.
He's got it. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. They get him at the 29-yard line.
The Colts have to be happy with how their offense performed that last time around. That was some drive, and now maybe they come out a little more loose in this drive.
They'll give it off here. Thornton is there on the tackle.
Tom, that was a run blitz on that play. They brought the middle linebacker effectively filling all the gaps, and there was simply nowhere for the running back to go.
Gets the pass off. Leaping catch.
And there you see just a little bit of how tremendous these athletes are in the NFL. The ability to go up above the defense and make a play like that, that was fun to watch.
Here's the halfback. Tackle was made by Brown. A dive gains about 2 yards on the run. He passes short, and he caught it. The stop was made by Keith Bullock. Garcon brings in his 80th catch of the season. Tackle was made by Hope. Joseph Madden picked up the first down after the gain of 4. Throws it. He catches another. Touchdown, Indianapolis. 10 touchdowns in a season is a pretty respectable number.
Yeah, respectable. Yeah, I did it once in my career. Thanks.
Passes, end zone. Was it the right call to try to pass it there?
Yeah, I really do think that throwing the football in that situation is a much better option. You know how hard it is to try and run the ball in on short yardage situations. You got to put the ball in the quarterback's hands. They just didn't get it done.
Dropped at the 35. The Titans come out looking to get another scoring drive going here. They got 3 last time. The stop was made by Freeney. They pick up 2 yards.
Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
Johnson on the give. He fights forward to about the 39 before he's hit and dropped. 3rd and 6. Ball on the 39. He rolls right. He goes deep this time. Broken up.
Well, you can't just stare down one receiver on a play like that. The defense is going to be all over it. He was lucky he didn't get picked off there. The Colts offensively looking pretty strong right now. They've got the look of a team who may be going in for the kill here. Too early to entirely put it away, but a touchdown would certainly be tough to overcome.
Throws short. And he's hammered at the 38. That's the big guy's 100th yard of the game.
Always thought it was such a comforting feeling for quarterbacks to throw to the tight ends. Generally, they're shorter, quicker throws to big body guys. It's a real confidence builder for these quarterbacks.
Reggie Wayne was the intended receiver. It's the tailback. He can't bring him down. A gain of 9 yards. That'll bring up 3rd down. Short yardage situation here. They'll need a little less than a yard to convert. Throws it short, and it's completed. Tackle was made by Fagan.
And I can tell you this, there's nothing that defensive backs hate more than to have one of those big tight ends in the open field running right towards him.
He'll get it again. Hay gets his hands on him and drags him down for a loss at the 19-yard line. A dive gets the call. Hope is there on the tackle. Hope makes his 5th stop of the game on that play. Gets the pass away. He's there for the catch.
Receivers who can make plays like that on 3rd down tend to have nice, long careers.
On the ground with a tailback. The stop was made by Javon Kirk. A dive picks up 2 yards with the carry. Still on his feet.
You gotta love this guy. I had a chance to talk to him in the offseason, and the one thing that he said that drives him nuts about any running back are guys that run out of bounds. He wants to lower his head, create contact, and crush anybody in his path.
Hawkins takes it at the 4. He gets out to the 28-yard line.
The Titans are looking to dig themselves out of this big hole that they've dug themselves into, and at the very least, you have to show the guys on the other bench you're not going to roll over.
Moves to his right. Hit as he let go of the ball.
Pass rush almost got there that time, and he has to feel a little lucky that that ball just fell harmlessly to the turf.
Access to the priority parking lot, advanced ticket sales, and much more. Ask for more details today.
Dumps it out right. Brock makes the tackle.
When you're trying to blitz the quarterback, you better have some talented corners on the outside, because as a wideout, just give me 3 or 4 seconds against the blitz, and it is awfully tough to try and cover that.
Aquo was there on the tackle. A pickup of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. He throws right. Is there for the catch. Makes the grab near the sideline, but no signal yet.
Boy, I wasn't too sure about that one, but the officials got together and came to the conclusion that, yes, that was a good catch.
Again with the run.
The Titans have shown dominance in the ground game, and they're not letting up one bit. They'll probably look to keep pounding it so they can tire out this defense in the 4th quarter.
Collins with the give. Robertson makes the tackle. 2nd and 9 coming up here. The pass is away. Defender tips it away. Britt was the intended receiver on the play. And this is the 8th play of the drive.
under heavy pressure. And they got him.
Good coverage and good push by the Colts.
They'll line it up for a very long field goal attempt. This one 53 yards away. And it's good. Let's take a look at the sprint drive summary. He just showed off his incredible leg strength there. What a kick.
Wow. Can you believe he made that one? That's my expert analysis there. Wow.
Brought down at the 34-yard line. The Colts have not disappointed the fans so far. They got 6 on their last possession. They have a 2-score lead and will look to add more here. R.B.I takes the handoff. Javon Haight is there to bring him down. R.B.I picks up 5 yards with the carry. Gets the pass out. Pass is complete.
Yeah, he scored a few style points with that one, but more importantly, they pick up the first down.
Short pass to his left. Knocked away. And they can't complete the first down pass attempt. Second down coming up.
Is seated in section 19, row 33, seat 6. You have won a year's supply of gas for your car.
He'll get it again. The stop was made by Tulloch. Tulloch is playing with some intensity out there. He's been in on 5 tackles so far. Short pass. To the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Another touchdown reception. That one puts him in double digits for the season.
Don't you love watching him play? I mean, he just is one of those difference makers on the field. He loves to play the game. He has fun with his touchdown celebrations, but he always goes back to the bench and he celebrates with his teammates. I really like that.
He makes it to the 23-yard line. The Titans settled for a field goal on their last possession. Brings it in. The tackle was made by Antoine Bethea.
And that's good quarterback play. He recognized the blitz. He understood what was happening with the coverage behind it and found the open man.
Has a man deep. Here's the throw. To the 20. To the 10. Touchdown, Tennessee. Harry Collins has done an excellent job of leading the aerial attack in this one, racking up over 300 yards through the air. Dumps it out left. Makes the catch for 2. Great job there. They were able to convert.
And you could tell the offense had a plan throughout that drive. Not only did they get the touchdown, but they immediately got the call in for the 2-point conversion. They knew exactly what they wanted to do and executed it perfectly.
Here's your sprint drive summary. Give to the tailback. Bullock gets his hands on him and drags him down for a loss at the 17. Comes down with it.
Good job all the way around by the defense that time. Not only did they have the deep routes completely covered there, but they also had the check down well within their grasp.
Moves up. Here's the deep throw. Drops the sure pick, and the pass will fall incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
Hawkins fields it at the 40. Breaks a tackle. Gets to about the 44.
The Titans look very strong that last offensive possession. They capped it off with a touchdown. Those are exactly the types of drives coaches love to see unless you're on the defensive side.
He's under a heavy rush. Drops the easy pick. Brett was his intended target. Collins hands off.
The Titans set out to run it down their throats. Had some success in the first half with that, and now it looks like all that running is really taking its toll on the defense.
And that'll bring this quarter to an end. Our score is the Colts 61, the Titans 46. The Titans need to put points on the board on this possession. The fourth quarter is almost underway. Passes it out. There for the catch. Calvin Hayden is there on the tackle. He gunned that one in there for the first down, didn't he?
He really did, and when you watch a guy throw a ball that hard, they don't move their arm any faster. You see him driving off that back leg. That was a pretty pass.
Johnson gets 8 yards on the play. 11 yards out.
If the game ended now, it would be a tough loss for this running back. He's really been giving it his all day long, and to come up on the short end would be devastating for him.
Dumps it out right. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Tremendous play by the halfback on this one. This guy really understands what he's doing in the passing game. It's one thing to have the physical skills, but you can see he understands how to read defenses.
Brought down at the 32-yard line. They didn't look sharp on their last drive and were forced to punt it away. Steps up in the pocket. Throws it short. There for the reception. Dallas Clark making his 8th grab. A dive on the run. Still going. He tries to spin, but he's brought down. They'll keep it on the ground again.
Those big guys up front, they just keep pushing the defense back. At some point, now you're going to have to do something to try and stop those running lanes, but then look out. The passing's going to be wide open.
Passing. Brought down with only one man to beat. Gonzalez has simply destroyed the defensive backfield in this one, burning them at will on his way to more than 200 yards receiving. Here's the pass. It's incomplete. Wayne was the intended receiver.
Second down.
They run a counter. Stiff arms, and he's brought down. Brown gets 3 yards on the play. Short throw to the right. Makes the grab near the sideline, but no signal yet. They rule it incomplete.
He took a stab at a great catch, but that time just didn't happen.
And it's good. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. It's fielded at the 2. He gets to the 26. The offense will take over at the 26-yard line. First down, 10 to go. Handoff on the draw. Johnson gains around 3 yards on the run. Throws it. Makes the catch. Brought down at the 47-yard line by Sanders. You can tell these guys practice that play quite a bit.
Yeah, I can remember hearing stories about old-time players in the NFL that literally they could go out in the pitch black and make throws and catches without really even seeing the ball. That's the kind of timing we're seeing today.
Gets the pass away. Batted away. Gage was the intended receiver on the play.
You must arrive to the lot no later than 3 hours prior to game time, or entry to the lot will not be permitted. No refunds will be issued. Please note that at that point,
Passes the ball. Caught and dropped. Justin Gage now with 4 catches in the game. Gets the ball away. It'll be first and goal. Justin Gage has now caught 60 passes on the season. Hands it to the back. Tackle was made by Giordano.
Very effective call that time by the defensive coordinator, bringing the outside linebacker a terrific way to give your defense some help in stopping the run.
Maybe got a couple of yards, but that's about it, and that makes it third down. He'll try the end zone. Scaife catches the ball in the end zone, or at least it looked like he did. They're saying no score on the play. It's fourth down, and this should be an easy 3. And it's good. Let's take a look at the Sprint drive summary.
Yeah, it's on.
Brought down at the 27. The offense will take over at the 27-yard line. A dive on the handoff. Breaks a tackle.
But Tom, the offensive line just didn't get any push there. They've got to do a better job knocking those guys off the line of scrimmage.
The halfback with the carry. Pollock was there to bring him down. A dive gains about 5 yards on the run. Flips it out short. Tackle was made by Finnegan.
The Titans were flying to the ball on that series. There's no way they were going to let them get a first down.
Now we need to do something.
He takes it to maybe the 36-yard line. The offense will start at the 36-yard line. Passes it. And he caught it. Harry Collins continues to shred this defense. That last completion puts him over 400 yards for the game. They'll give it off here. Mathis tackles him for a loss at the 48.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive, the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
Throws just as the pressure gets there. It's picked. Scaife was there on the tackle.
But when you're playing against a zone defense, you better not hang one up there like that because there are just too many guys that have a shot at it. That time he paid the price.
Leave it all out here. Leave it all out here.
Here's the throw. Interception. Runs over tackler. Another pick, and that makes his third of the game.
There just aren't many games in the NFL that you win when you throw 3 interceptions. Coaches just preach it all day. We can't give away the game, and that's what's happening here.
They hand it off.
Wendell White really has a special sense of how a play is developing, and he knows the blocking assignments of those guys up front. You can just see it. He is very patient. He waits for it to develop and then takes full advantage.
Again, they go with the run.
You know, I understand you can't completely abandon the running game, but my goodness, let's go. Let's pick it up. You've got to put some points up.
Throws it out, and it's completed.
Yeah, when you see the blitz, you have to understand your own protections because if your protection is sliding away from the blitz, you have no choice but to get it out of there to the hot receiver.
He throws left. He's there for the catch. The stop was made by Aqua. Algie Crumpler makes his third grab. Hands it to the back. Tackle was made by Moala.
Nice call there by the defensive coordinator coming with the outside linebacker blitz, which really puts some pressure on this group up front.
Deep pass, lays it out there, end zone.
The rookie tearing it up today, over 100 yards receiving now. Pretty good route runner, but I really like the way that he fights for that extra yardage.
And he's hit as he throws. And is picked in the end zone. Brought down at the 30. The Colts will start this drive at the 30. Gets the pass off. Second down coming up after the incomplete pass. 2nd and 7 coming up. Manning hands off. The stop was made by Kyle Vandenbach. They gain 5 yards there, and so it'll be 3rd down. Halfback screen. Hay will tackle him for a loss at the 29.
The Titans did an excellent job tackling and keeping things in front of them on that series to force the 3 and out.
He takes it back to the 33. They'll set up shop at the 33. First down now and 10 to go. Still pushing. At the 40. They finally get him at the 36-yard line. I can't say enough how important it is for this defense to keep him in check.
Yeah, and if they don't start making some plays on him pretty soon, it's going to be checkmate. That's ridiculous. You've got to get in front of this guy or he's going to embarrass you all day long. You know you have a pretty special player at the running back position when, despite the fact that they're run blitzing him now, he can still get out of there and still come up with a nice game.
Throws it. It's tipped. Hayden had the coverage on the play.
Third down.
Ringer takes the handoff. Tackle was made by Howard, and that will definitely be enough for the first down.
The defense just couldn't find him on that play. I don't know if they were surprised or what, but that back became a little ghostly. He disappeared.
Ringer on the run. The stop was made by Brackett. Ringer gets 6 yards on the carry. So second down now. The offense needs about 4 for the first. Is there for the catch. Britt lost the ball. Seward grabs it on the ground. Touchdown, Colts.
Do you know how hard it is to scoop up one of those loose fumbles on the run, maintain possession, and get it in the end zone? What a great athletic play.
Up and good. Here's your sprint drive summary. With less than 4 minutes to go in the fourth, the score, the Colts 71, the Titans 62. He makes it to the 28. The offense will take over at the 28-yard line. First and 10. They'll give it off here. Bob Sanders makes the tackle. Bob Sanders records his 8th tackle of the game on that play. Steps up in the pocket. Collins can't escape the pressure. The Colts get their 4th sack of the game.
Yeah, pretty good work, huh? Not too shabby at all. They found the right answer to get some pressure, and they just keep exploiting it.
The pass is complete. Washington with his 3rd reception from their own 28-yard line. He breaks loose, looking to get it off. Hagler is there on the tackle. Gain of 9.
What's up, man?
The Colts will begin this drive at the 37. Adai gets the carry. He got depleted.
You know, now that we're at a 16-game schedule, 1,000 yards rushing isn't quite what it used to be, but it still is a landmark, and 1,000 yards tells the rest of the NFL, hey, this guy can play with the big boys.
He'll get it again. Adai gains about 5 yards on the run. The offense needs about 3 yards to get the first here on 3rd down. Give to the tailback. Tackle was made by Hay.
It looks like they're going to try for the long field goal. This kick will be from about 47 yards out. And it's good. Here's a look at the drive summary presented by Sprint. That attempt didn't look like it had a chance.
Yeah, he worked that one over the bar, didn't he? You could see the body language and the tilt. He was trying to squeeze, and it just made a good kick.
He makes it out to about the 27-yard line. At this point, I think this game looks like it's pretty much out of reach.
Well, it's only a two-possession game, so these guys are not going to give up. They need a score, an onside kick, a score, an onside kick, whatever this is. They need a lot of good things to happen right here.
Brings it in. The stop was made by Aquo. Washington with his fourth catch of the game. Gets the pass away. Collins has been unstoppable. That last connection gives him 500 yards. Passes to his left. Jennings was there on the tackle.
Kerry Collins is not really known for his accuracy, but boy, he sure is getting the job done on this series.
He throws right. Touchdown, Titan. That touchdown pass will be his fourth of the game.
And he's going to remember that one. That was tremendous execution right there. They saw an opportunity, saw the hole, brilliant throw, terrific catch, and a good score.
With just over a minute to go in the fourth quarter, the score is the Titans 69, the Colts 74. The Colts get to the ball.
I can't really question the call there, but now your defense is almost forced to have to come up with some kind of a turnover or a big play to have any chance to pull this one out.
Hands it to the back. The stop was made by Kyle Vanden Bosch. Vanden Bosch with the takedown again. That's his fifth tackle of the game. Still working. Did he get there? We'll have a measurement. The referee signals to the sideline. They're that close. Third and a yard now. Ball on the 29-yard line. Passes on the move. Tackle was made by Chris Holt. They can pretty much watch the clock tick away after that first down.
Yeah, it would take something pretty bizarre now for this offense to lose the game, although I have seen it happen before, so you still have to finish this thing off.
And he'll just kneel it here. And this should be a kneel down as they just try to kill the clock. Take the knee again. That's all from Lucas Oil Stadium. Highlights are next, so stay right there.